Hello again, grade 2. It's Mr. Bedford here, and today we're going to do some more maths work together. I hope that you had a great weekend and got a nice chance to have some good rest because we've got lots more work to do this week. Today we're having a bit of a challenge in our maths class today. We've been looking at lots of patterns recently. We've looked at shape patterns, color patterns, increasing number patterns, and also decreasing number patterns. Well, today we're going to do some more work on increasing patterns, but the work that we've been doing so far, I think, has been a little easy. It's been great to see all of you working so hard and continuing to work on your homework, and I've been super impressed with how well you've been answering all of the different number patterns, how well you've extended them, how well you found the different rules, and also how well you've made your own. Now, when I say that today we're looking at some more tricky number patterns, that's just meaning that we're going to be using slightly larger numbers. Don't worry, some of them you'll still be able to count on easily by putting the number in your head and then counting on using your hands, like I showed you in the very first video. But for some of them, we'll need to add 10 and then keep on. That's because some of the numbers will be going over 100. Okay, before we begin, I would like to do a little review by taking another little quiz, okay? So go and grab yourself a pencil and a piece of paper, and we can answer the questions. Before we start the quiz, I would just like to say we've been using lots of different pieces of paper. You've had some different worksheets for your homework, but you've also been writing during these classes. I just want to make sure that everybody is going to keep all of their paper. Just put it into the math section of your blue binder so that we can use it when we come back to class together. It's great to have all of your work as a reminder to help you when we do more challenging work in the future. So don't worry if you haven't already, but from now on, please make sure that you're storing all of the work that we're doing together into your blue binder. Okay, let's go ahead with our little review. So here are our questions for today. Question 1. Can you finish this sentence for me? All patterns must have A. System, B. Repeat, C. Rule, or D. Number. Go ahead and write the letter for the correct answer onto your piece of paper. Question 2. What does increasing mean? Is it A. Repeating, B. Getting bigger, or C. Getting smaller? Pop your answer on a piece of paper. And question 3. What does decreasing mean? Is it A. Repeating, B. Getting bigger, or C. Getting smaller? Go ahead and pop the answer onto your piece of paper and we'll check all of the answers at the end of this video. So, I've said that we're going to be looking at some more increasing number patterns today. Again, grab another piece of paper because you're going to be continuing some of these number patterns, and you're also going to be finding out the rules for each of these number patterns. So you'll need to write them down. Remember to keep that piece of paper in your blue binder. First, do you remember what increasing means? We had that question in our little review quiz, but I wonder if you can tell me. Well, that's right. All increasing number patterns will have numbers that get bigger. So we'll be jumping up along the number line and counting on, so that each time in the pattern, the number will be getting bigger. We'll need to obviously find the rule for that, and each time we can count on. So, firstly, I've got some number patterns for you. They do have slightly trickier rules. That means that you just need to count some bigger numbers. What I'd like you to do is pause this video once I show you the different number patterns. Write them down and then work out the rule for each one. After you've done that, what we can do is we can go through the answers together. So, here's the first one. the second one, third one, fourth, fifth, sixth one, and the last one. So pause this video now and write down the number patterns. Then count between the count between the numbers in each pattern to be able to work out the rule. Okay, how did you get on? Let's go through these together, shall we? So in the first number pattern, we have 1, 2, 3 jumps. Now, what we can do is count on between the first and second number. So let's start with 6 and we count on 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. I've counted on 6, so the rule must be plus 6. Let's go to the next one. We've got 22, 33, 44, 55, 66. Now, I can't count on with this one because I don't have enough fingers. So what we can do is we can jump from 22 and add 10. 22 plus 10 is 32, and 33 is one more. So 10 and 1 is 11. So the rule for each of these 4 jumps is plus 11. The next one, we've got 21, and we jump to 28, 28 to 35, 35 to 42. Let's count on again with this one. So we'll start at 21 and count on 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, and 28. I've counted on 7 stages, so our rule must be plus 7. The next one, we start at 27, we jump up to 36, then to 45, and finally to 54. 3 jumps again. Now, and we can count on with this one, but I'd like to show you another method. What we can do is we can add 10 to 27. That takes us to 37. But 36 is 1 before 37. So 10 minus 1 is 9, which means the rule must be plus 9. Then we have 15, jumping up to 30, 45, and then finally to 60. 3 more jumps. This one again, I'm going to find it a little bit tricky to be able to count on. So I'm going to go up 10 from 15, which takes me to 25. Then I can count on to 30, 25, 30, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30. That's 5 more than 10, which is 15. So the rule is plus 15. Now we're looking at much bigger numbers, but don't be scared. It's not as bad as it looks. We start at 105 and jump to 200, then to 305, then to 405. Now, as you can see, 5 is staying in place, but what we're changing here is the hundreds unit. So it's jumping up each time by 100. And the last one, we've got 16 to 24, then to 32, 40, and then to 48. Again, we can count on with this one. So let's start at 16, and we count on 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24. I've moved 8 spaces along the number line, so the rule is plus 8. How did you do with that? Did you get all of the answers correct? Remember, save that piece of paper and we'll use it again. So, just a quick reminder, it's always good to remember that all number patterns have a rule. They use numbers to create the same pattern, and increasing numbers always get bigger. As we've just looked at before, we must repeat the same rule for each jump along the number line. And the best way to figure out how to continue something, which I'll be asking you to do later, is to first work out the rule. Okay, so let's work out some rules for the different number patterns together, shall we? These are, again, a little bit more challenging, so take your time and we can work through together. So here are 4 different number patterns. Normally, we would go through the first one together, but today I'd like to challenge you to again pause this video and work out the rule for each of these different number patterns. Once you've done that, we'll go through the answers together. Good luck. All right, how did you get on? So the first one, we've got 12, 24, 36, 48, 60, 72, 84, and finally 96. Well, what we can do is we can look at what numbers come between 12 and 24. Well, we need to add 12. So the rule for this is plus 12. In the second one, we've got 39, 52, 65, 78, 91, 104, 117, and 130. This is slightly bigger, this jump, okay? So we need to count on very carefully. And what we can see if we look between 39 and 52 is that we need to add 13. So the rule for this is plus 13. Then we've got the red ones, the hard, tricky ones. So we're starting at 90. We jump to 108, then 126, 144, 162, 180, and finally 198. Oh, big jumps here, but it's not as difficult as it might look. If we see each time we're going up by 10, and then we're adding another 8. So 10 and 8 together makes the rule of plus 18. And the last one, 54 to 81 to 108, 135, 162, 189, and finally 216. Again, quite a big jump here. In fact, a really, really, really big jump. And we're going to have to jump up more than just 10 and a few more. In fact, for this tricky one, I wonder who got this one right. It's here to challenge you. The rule for this one is plus 27. Did you get that right? Okay, well done if you did. Don't worry if not. It was there as a challenge for you. Okay, it's time to take your pencil and paper again. What I want you to do is write down the rule and also the number that would come next in this number sequence. So we've got 2 jobs. We've got to find the rule, and then we've got to continue it. So we've got 21, we jump to 28, 35, 42, 49, 56, 63. Okay, I'm going to give you 5 seconds to write down the rule and the next number. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's check. The rule is plus 7. So the next number in this number sequence is 70. Let's do another one. Whoa! 1002, 1004, 1006, 1008, 1010. In fact, this one's not as tricky as you might think. We're just looking at bigger numbers. You've got 5 seconds to write the rule and the next number. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The rule is simply plus 2, but it's just that we were doing it in the thousands. So the next number would be 1012. Okay, one more. 27, 36, 45, 54, 63, 72, 81. Now this time, along with the rule, can you work out the next 2 numbers that would be in our increasing number pattern? Okay, ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, let's have a look. So, who got this one? The rule is plus 9, which would mean the next numbers are 90 and 91. Sorry, 99. I apologize. So we're starting at 112, 126, 140, 154, 168. Again, write down the rule and the next 2 numbers, please. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, this one was a bit more tricky. The rule was plus 14, which would mean the next numbers are 182 and 196. So this time, don't worry about the rule. You just need to figure that out in your head. Once you've figured out the rule, I want you to write down the next four numbers that come next in this number sequence. So the pattern is 15 up to 30, 45, 60. Write down the next four numbers on your piece of paper for me, and you can show me when we come back together. How about this one? We're starting at 57, we're jumping to 76, then to 95. Now be careful here because we're at 114. Again, work out the rule and then write down four of the next numbers that come in this number pattern. So for this one, we start at 26, we go to 39, 52, 65. Again, figure out that rule and then continue the number pattern for the next four numbers, please. Here we start at 25, then we jump to 50, quite a big jump, then to 75, up to 100. Again, find out the rule, not as tricky as you might think, and then write the next four numbers that come in this number pattern. Okay, it's time for your final challenge for today. I want you to now make your own challenging increasing number pattern. Really be careful with that rule and work out exactly what's coming next in each jump along your number pattern. Then you can show me next week and you can ask me to work out the rule. Don't tell me the rule, try and make it hard for me. Good luck, everybody. Okay, it's time to check the answers to your quiz. Okay, here are the three questions that we had. I asked you for the first one to complete my sentence. All patterns must have a, of course, the answer is rule. Number two, what does increasing mean? Well, we've just done a whole class on that. We know that the numbers get bigger. And now let's think back to last week. What does decreasing mean? Well, if increasing is bigger, decreasing must be getting smaller. Did you get those right? I hope so. Okay, today we will be having some more homework for maths. I'm not asking you to do any pattern work this week for your maths homework. In fact, what I'm giving you is all of the key vocabulary that we've been looking at so far. Now, I want you to think back carefully about all of the different words that I've been teaching you and what we've been focusing on. What you'll need to do in your homework is work out what the meaning for each of the words is. Again, you'll need to keep this piece of paper in your blue binders because we'll keep coming back to it. But I'm looking forward to seeing all of your work next week through the emails. Thank you very, very much, everybody, for listening and working so hard again today. It was a bit of a challenge, but I hope that you did a good job, and I'm sure that you did. See you soon, everybody. Bye-bye for now.